You may have heard that confidence is the key to getting women to talk to you. While confidence is important, it's not the only thing that matters. Even the shyest men can be very successful with women if they know how to talk to them and what they want. Today, we're going to look into 11 powerful ways to talk to the woman of your dreams in an enthralling way. We'll look at these strategies through the profound principles of Stoicism. By the end of this video, you'll know how to have conversations that not only attract women, but also keep them interested and wanting more. If you're excited about this topic, please show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with friends who might find it useful. Stay tuned for more transformative content that will help you grow as a person and improve your relationships. First, when you're trying to be silent, don't act too smart. Smart people are highly valued, but it's important to be humble when talking to women about smart things. It's important to find a balance between showing off your intelligence and being humble. For example, if you meet someone new at a social event and want to make a good impression, you might be tempted to share all the interesting facts and insights you've learned over the years. However, remember that no one likes being around someone who is always bragging about how smart they are. It can come off as condescending and annoying. Women like smart men, but they also like men who are humble. Think about it. Would you like talking to someone who is always trying to show how much they know better than you? Probably not. When talking to a woman, it's important to share your thoughts and ideas without making her feel less important. If you're talking about a subject you know a lot about, don't take over the conversation. Instead of saying, "Actually," you could say, "I read something interesting about this recently. What do you think?" This shows that you value her opinion and also encourages her to share her own. Another useful tip is to keep your comments short and to the point. Long explanations can make you seem like you're trying too hard to impress. Instead, aim for short and interesting comments. For example, instead of giving a long lecture on a subject, you could say, "I've been thinking about this idea a lot. What do you think about it?" Adding phrases like "just a thought" or "what do you think" at the end of your sentences can also soften the impact of your comments. It shows that you're not imposing your knowledge, but rather inviting a conversation. This way, even if you weren't trying to offend, you won't come across as too pushy. Let's use this in real life. If you're talking about a historical event, instead of going into a long monologue about every detail, you could bring up an interesting fact and then ask, "Did you know this? It's pretty interesting, don't you think?" This keeps the conversation light and interesting. Remember, the goal is to show how smart you are without making her feel less smart. To have a respectful and enjoyable talk, be humble and ask her to share her thoughts. This will lead to a more balanced and appealing interaction. In essence, it's great to know a lot. Stoicism shows us how important it is to be humble and respectful in our interactions with others. When you talk to women, try to be smart and humble at the same time. Share your ideas without making her look less smart, and always ask her to share hers. This balanced approach will not only make your talks more fun, but it will also show that you understand the Stoic ideas of wisdom and two kinds of humility. Pay attention to small things. One of the most important parts of the Stoic philosophy is to be fully present and aware of the world around us. This principle of mindfulness and keen observation can help you a lot when you're talking to women. By noticing the little things about her, you show that you are in the present moment and value her presence and individuality. Think about meeting someone for the first time. As a Stoic, you try to be fully present and notice the little things about your surroundings and the person you are with. When you notice important things about her, like an accessory she chose or something she is wearing, it gives you if she's wearing a bracelet or other piece of jewelry that looks like it could be a souvenir from a trip, you could say, "That's a beautiful bracelet. Did you get it from somewhere special?" This could get her talking about her favorite places she's been traveling and the most memorable things that happened there. It shows you care about her and are interested in her personal stories. Women usually put a lot of thought into how they look and what they wear. These choices can show their interests, hobbies, and personality. By noticing and commenting on these small things, you are showing that you appreciate her efforts and that you see her as a person. This is a great way to make her feel valued and understood. Also, if you talk to her about something she is passionate about, she will likely speak with enthusiasm and energy. This kind of passionate conversation is not only fun, but it also helps you connect with her more deeply. It shows her that you're not just chit-chatting and are interested in what makes her special. Utilizing Stoic ideas like mindfulness and attentiveness in your interactions can greatly improve the quality of your talks. If she knows you're interested in her and paying attention to the little things, she's more likely to feel at ease and open up to you. This could lead to deeper talks and maybe even more dates. Remember that the most important thing is to be sincere in your observations and interest. This isn't about using details as a strategy. It's about truly embodying the Stoic practice of being present and engaged in the moment. When you do this, you create an atmosphere of respect and genuine curiosity, which can be very attractive. So the next time you're talking to a woman, take a moment to notice and comment on the little things, like a piece of jewelry, a book she's carrying, or a unique outfit she's wearing. These observations can lead to deep and interesting discussions. This method not only helps forge a bond, but it also fits with the Stoic ideals of being aware and grateful for the present moment. Number 3, talk about appropriate things. To have meaningful conversations with women, you need to pick the right things to talk about. A concept with deep roots in Stoic thought. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to understand others and handle situations with compassion and knowledge. When you talk to a woman, the topics you choose can either make a strong connection or make her uninterested, so it's important to know what interests her. Just as Stoics believe in understanding the nature of things and people, it's important to understand a woman's unique interests. Hobbies and preferences. Every woman is different, and what excites one might bore another. Pay close attention to the signs she gives you about what she likes. For example, does she light up when you talk about trip books or current events? You show respect and interest by being able to read her body language and adjust your chat accordingly. If she seems interested in art, talk about recent shows or famous artists. If you don't know much about art, take the time to learn the basics. It can be interesting to talk about a recent trip to an art show or a documentary you watched about a famous artist. This work fits with the Stoic idea of always learning and changing based on new information in order to have a meaningful conversation. You should also know a lot about the things you talk about. For example, if she likes sports, make sure you have a familiarity with the sports she likes. She likes to learn about new games, players, and big events. This shows that you're interested in her and value her interests enough to learn more about them. Stoicism helps us understand and deal with other people's feelings. Every conversation is a chance to put these principles into practice. Listen to what she has to say and be willing to learn from her. Being flexible and willing to talk about things she likes shows emotional intelligence and respect. By matching your conversation topics to her interests, you build a connection that goes beyond simple chatter. This connection is based on mutual respect and understanding. Stoic philosophy's main ideas as an example. If she likes to read, you could talk about your favorite books and authors, and even suggest some that she might like. This shows that you care about what she thinks and are ready to spend time having deep conversations. When talking to a woman, it's important to choose the right topic to talk about. Knowing what she's interested in and being knowledgeable about it can lead to a stimulating and interesting conversation. By using the Stoic principles of empathy, understanding, and adaptability, you can build deeper connections and more meaningful interactions. This makes the talk more fun for her and shows that you value and respect her as a person. 4. Don't expect too much. One of the worst things you can do is have too high of hopes for someone. Let's look at this from the point of view of a Stoic. Stoicism tells us to control our expectations and concentrate on what we can control instead of what we can't when dealing with women. This way of thinking can help us have respectful and understanding conversations and relationships. If you praise a woman, don't think she owes you a date in return. Compliments are a way to show appreciation, not a way to get something in return. Saying to a woman, "You have a beautiful smile," is a nice and positive thing to do, but Stoicism tells us not to expect anything in return. The woman doesn't have to react in a certain way just because you told her she was beautiful. Think about it this way. When you give someone a praise or a gift, do it with the intention of making them feel good, not with the intention of getting something in return. If she appreciates it, that's great, but if she doesn't, accept it with grace. This fits with the Stoic idea that you should focus on what you're doing and not worry about what will happen. In the same way that everyone else, women value respect and real care. For example, if you buy her a gift, she might like it, but that doesn't mean she has to ask you to her house or start dating you because of it. Stoicism tells us that genuine kindness doesn't expect anything in return. Your actions should be based on your beliefs, not on the need for quick rewards. Keep your cool and respect her if she says no or doesn't reply positively. Walk away with dignity. This shows that you are strong and value her right to be alone. Stoics believe in keeping things equal no matter what, and this is also true in social situations. Also, don't forget to keep things light and natural. If you put too much pressure on the interaction, you might push her away. Social interactions should be fun and respectful, not full of expectations or duties. Also, know that making a real connection takes time. Stoicism stresses the importance of patience, which means appreciating the process and not rushing to a certain outcome, like not expecting love or a relationship right away. Enjoy the times you spend talking, having fun, and showing respect for each other. This way of doing things helps build a strong base for any relationship. Whether it's a friendship or something more serious, Stoicism makes us think about what we want. Are you really trying to make someone's day by giving them gifts or praise, or are you just looking for approval? If we're honest with ourselves about our reasons, we can make sure that our actions are in line with our values, which leads to more genuine and satisfying interactions. To really treat women with respect and care, you need to know that they are not owed your praise or gifts. Your goal shouldn't be to get praise or rewards, but to make real relationships. Remember that patience is key, as the Stoics say, and work on being the best version of yourself. Let go of standards that are too high. This shows respect for the other person and fits with living a good and happy life. 5. Ask her about her interests. In Stoicism, we value deep connections and getting to know others on a deeper level. When talking to women, it's important to show genuine interest in their interests and hobbies. Instead of asking directly, "What are you doing?" This not only fits with Stoic ideas of empathy and active listening, but it also builds a strong base for a long-lasting relationship. Start the conversation about your hobbies by talking about yourself. For example, you could say, "I just started hiking, and it's been a great way to clear my mind." This way of asking feels more natural, and she won't feel pushed to talk about her passions. Pay close attention and ask follow-up questions. If she says she loves painting, you could ask, "That's interesting. What kind of paintings do you like making the most? This shows that you're interested in her and not just making small talk. It's about making her feel at ease and important, which is a central Stoic concept. By talking about her interests and hobbies, you'll probably make her feel more comfortable and want to spend more time with you. This makes it more likely that she'll be open to going on a date, because you won't seem like a random guy who just wants to ask her out. Instead, you'll seem like someone who really wants to understand and appreciate her unique interests. Remember that subtlety and real interest are the keys. Ask her about her interests in a way that fits with the Stoic practice of mindful communication and helps you connect with her on a deeper level. If you've read this far and are still here, please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments section below, or by typing them directly into the text box. I value honest conversation. Your involvement shows that you understand our message. Number 6. Treat her with respect. Respect is an important part of Stoicism and any relationship, but it's especially important when dealing with women. Stoicism tells us to respect each person's worth and potential, which is very important when you're trying to connect with a woman. Thanks. When you approach a woman, it's important to create a good atmosphere that builds trust. This is a basic part of any healthy relationship. Respecting her means recognizing her individual goals and dreams. For example, if she says she wants to be an engineer, it's important to support and encourage her instead of suggesting she open a bakery, which would not only belittle her goals but also show a lack of respect for her abilities and dreams. In Stoicism, we are told to treat others with respect and to see the unique potential in each person to help them on their journey. Being respectful means more than not calling her names. It also means actively listening to her, valuing her views, and supporting her efforts. If she talks about her ideas, pay close attention and don't cut her off or dismiss them. Show that you're interested by asking questions and giving help. For example, if she talks about starting her own business, you could say, "That sounds great. What kind of business are you thinking about starting? How can I help you with this?" This shows that you respect her and care about her goals and thoughts. Respecting her also means recognizing and following her rules. When she tells you she doesn't want a relationship, accept it with grace. Don't force her to change her mind or make her feel bad about herself. Respecting other people's choices shows how strong and self-disciplined we are. It shows that we know how important privacy and independence are. Also, how you deal with arguments and mistakes shows respect. If she makes a mistake, don't blame or criticize her. Instead, offer support and understanding and tell her to learn from it and grow. For example, if she has a setback in her personal or professional life, you could tell her that everyone makes mistakes. It's part of the journey. How can I help you get ahead? This kind of support is in line with Stoic ideas and helps make a stronger, more meaningful relationship in real life. Respect can show up in many forms. It can be as simple as looking her in the eyes while you talk, recognizing her contributions, and thanking her for her hard work. It can also mean standing up for her when others disrespect her and making sure she feels safe and important in your presence. Women want partners who believe in them and respect their uniqueness. If you live by the Stoic principles of respect and dignity, you create a positive and supportive environment that makes her feel valued and understood. Remember that respect isn't just words. It's actions that show you truly value her as a person. By acting respectfully, you show her that you appreciate her for who she is, which builds a strong, respectful, and meaningful relationship. Number 7. Discover. When talking to women, finding things you have in common is a great way to connect with them on a deeper level. Sharing common interests and experiences can make her feel more at ease and drawn to you. This is because people naturally move toward people who seem familiar to them. Let's look at an example to show this. You could be at a party and see an interesting woman. If you want to start a conversation, you could ask her, "How do you know the host?" This shows that you both know each other, which makes her feel more at ease. As you talk, look for more things you have in common. For example, if she says she loves hiking, you could say, "I love hiking too. Have you ever been to the trails near the mountains?" This shows that you both enjoy hiking and encourages her to share more about her experiences. As she talks about her favorite hiking spots, you could add, "I've been to that trail too. It's one of my favorites because of the beautiful views at the top." This way of thinking is very in line with Stoic ideas. Instead of focusing on, you're showing her that you're interested in understanding and connecting with her by being present and listening to her experiences while sharing your own. This builds a bridge between your lives and makes her see you as someone who shares her interests and values. As the conversation goes on, pay attention to her body language. If she starts leaning in or stepping closer, it means she feels a connection. This feeling of familiarity and comfort is what brings people together. It's not about tricks or manipulation. It's about making a real connection based on shared experiences and values. Besides specific interests, you can find common ground in bigger parts of life, like whether you both value personal growth. Bringing up things you both have in common, like reading similar books or wanting to work in the same field, will not only make her feel at ease, but also show that you understand and value her point of view. For example, if she talks about her favorite book, you could say, "That's one of my favorites too. The way the author describes the characters is amazing. What did you think of the ending?" This starts a deeper chat where you can both talk about how you feel and what you think about something you both like. Stoic teachings say that finding common ground isn't just a way to get her interested in you. It's also a way to make a real relationship with her. Focusing on these principles will make you more attractive because you'll be seen as someone who cares about connecting with people on a human level. The next time you want to talk to a woman, remember to look for something you have in common, like a hobby, a mutual friend, or a similar view on life. These connections will build a strong foundation for meaningful conversations and relationships, and you'll be practicing the Stoic art of understanding and connecting with others, which will not only improve your personal relationships, but also make your own life better. Learn to listen better. One of the most important skills that guys who are trying to figure out how to talk to women often forget is to listen. Men often think, "How do women want me to talk to them?" But after a while of thinking about it, they often can't come up with the answer they need to talk about their interests. They think that showing off their accomplishments will make women like them, so they brag about their money or their degree. From a conservative point of view, this is the wrong way to go about dating and won't get you very far. Listening more and talking less is the best way to connect and understand someone. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to be humble and respectful. When you listen carefully, you practice these values. Instead of thinking about what you can show off, pay attention to the woman you're talking to and make her feel heard and valued. Think about this. If she's talking about her interests, don't just nod your head and wait for your turn to talk. Get involved with her story by asking questions and showing real interest. For example, if she says she loves painting, don't just say that's cool. Ask her what inspires her, what her favorite painting is, or how she feels when she's making art. This shows that you're interested in her as a person, not just trying to impress her. Listening more doesn't just mean staying quiet while she talks. It means actively participating when she talks about her day, her dreams, or her problems. Show understanding and interest. If she tells you about a problem at work, don't offer solutions right away. Instead, say something like, That sounds really tough. How are you feeling about it? This shows that you care about how she feels and what she has been through. Being present is another important part of listening. In today's world, it's easy to get sidetracked by our phones or our own thoughts, but when you're talking to a woman, put your phone down, make eye contact, and pay attention to what she's saying. This shows that you value the conversation and is in line with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with nature by being present and respectful in your interactions. Being mindful and present in every moment, including conversations, is an important part of Stoicism. When you really listen, you practice mindfulness, which is another important part of Stoicism. When you listen more, you learn more too. For example, when you listen to women, you not only make them feel valued, but you also gain insights and knowledge that can make your own life better. This constant learning and growth is central to Stoic practice. To sum up, the key to having interesting conversations with women is to listen more, which means being present. Truly interested in asking deep questions by performing these actions, being present and valuing what she says, you are in line with the Stoic ideas of humility, respect, mindfulness, and constant learning. Remember that it's not about what you can show off, but about the link you're making in the present. When you listen more, you make room for real conversations and stronger bonds, which looks much better than any amount of talking about number 9. To live by this principle, show real curiosity. Don't just ask her where she works. Go a step further and ask her what she likes most about her job or what challenges she faces at work. These questions will get her to talk more about her experiences, thoughts and feelings, showing that you care about her as a person. Sincere interest isn't just asking questions. It also means actively listening to what she has to say when she answers. Pay attention to the details and show that you're interested. For example, if she talks about a project she's passionate about, you could ask her what inspired her to take on that project or how it has helped you grow as a person. This kind of engagement shows that you care about more than just what she does. You also want to know why she does it and how it makes her feel. Stoicism tells us how important it is to understand and care about other people. When you show genuine interest in others, you're living by these values. By being present and asking meaningful questions, you're telling her that you care about her thoughts and feelings. This can help you connect with her more deeply because she will feel heard and valued. For example, if she says she's been learning a new skill, you could ask her why she started or how the learning process has been for her. These questions not only show interest, but also lead to deeper, more interesting conversations. In addition to asking questions, you should also tell them a little about yourself. Sharing your thoughts and experiences can help both of you understand each other better. For example, if she talks about a hobby she loves, you could talk about a hobby you also enjoy or an experience that is similar to hers. This can make your conversation more interesting and relatable. Showing respect for her uniqueness is another part of being genuinely interested. If she talks about something she's proud of, praise it. You could say something like, "That's impressive. It sounds like you put a lot of work into it." Or, "I can see why you're so passionate about that." Acknowledging her accomplishments and interests shows that you value who she is and what she stands for. Remember, genuine curiosity is more than just asking questions. It's about making her feel safe enough to be herself. It's about showing that you're interested in her story and value the insights she brings to the conversation. By following these Stoic principles, you can build a connection that is real, respectful, and deeply enriching. So the next time you're talking to someone, focus on being genuinely curious and ask thoughtful questions. Pay close attention and value her unique point of view. This method will not only make her feel important, but it will also help you build a deeper connection based on respect and understanding. 10. Be smart about how you use humor. Humor can help you connect with people, even women, but it's important to know when and how to use it. Stoicism teaches us the value of moderation and wisdom, and the same goes for our sense of humor. When used wisely, humor can make people feel at ease and help build a deeper connection, but it's important to avoid jokes that are hurtful, insensitive, or overly sarcastic. These types of jokes can quickly turn a good interaction into a bad one, damaging the connection you're trying to build. Instead, aim for light-hearted humor that can make her feel comfortable around you. Think of humor as a way to show your playful side and keep the conversation interesting. For example, if you notice she's had a long day, you might say something like, "Sounds like you had a marathon day. Did you get a medal at the end?" This kind of joke recognizes her hard work without making fun of her experience. Putting a smile on her face in a kind way like that shows that you care about how she feels. Stoicism focuses on being aware and present in the present moment is important when you're talking to a woman. Being present means actively listening and answering with care. If used right, laughter can be a part of this, to add to the talk instead of taking over it. For example, if you're talking about something important, a well-placed joke can help ease the tension and keep the conversation on track. For example, you could say, "I know we're getting deep here, but I promise I won't start charging for therapy sessions." This shows that you can have important conversations and also know when to make people laugh. Also, kind and thoughtful humor fits with Stoic virtues. Having fun shouldn't come at the cost of other people. Instead, your humor should make people feel better and create a good mood. It can also be a great way to connect to share funny stories about your own life, as long as they're not too self-deprecating. For example, you could tell a light-hearted story about a time you tried something new and it didn't go as planned. Being humble and easy to relate to, important parts of Stoic practice. Using fun in the right way can also show confidence. A man is sure of himself when he can laugh at himself and the world around him without mean intentions. This level of confidence is appealing and reassuring. It tells her that you can handle life's ups and downs with a positive outlook, which is a central Stoic principle. To sum up, using humor wisely means being aware of your words, staying in the conversation, and making sure your jokes are kind and thoughtful. This approach not only makes her laugh, but it also shows that you can balance seriousness with joy, which makes your interactions more enjoyable and memorable. By applying these Stoic principles to your humor, you can connect with women more deeply and honestly. Pay attention to your body language. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to know ourselves and be in charge of everything, from our words and deeds to our body language when we talk to women. Being aware of your body language can have a big effect on how people see you and how the talk goes. First and foremost, make eye contact. This is one of the most important parts of communicating clearly. To show that you are confident and interested in the conversation, make steady eye contact with the person you're talking to. For example, if she's telling you a personal story or expressing her thoughts, making eye contact can make her feel heard and valued. Think of it as a moment of mutual understanding and respect. Next, use open gestures to show that you are actively listening. For example, leaning in slightly when she speaks can show that you are fully engaged in the conversation. Nodding or smiling can also reinforce that you are paying attention and valuing her input. These gestures are subtle but powerful. For example, when she tells you about her day, leaning in and nodding can make her feel like you are genuinely interested in her experiences and feelings. Avoid using bad body language like crossing your arms or looking distracted. These actions can make you seem closed off or uninterested. Imagine being in a conversation with someone who is always looking around or crossing their arms. It doesn't feel welcoming or interesting. Instead, keep your posture open and relaxed. This could mean uncrossing your arms and facing her directly, with your hands visible and relaxed. Mirroring is another part of body language. This means subtly copying the other person's movements and positions. It can help build rapport and a sense of connection. For example, if she leans forward while talking, you might lean forward a little too. This shows that your emotions and bodies are in sync with hers, which can lead to a deeper connection. Additionally, pay attention to the way your face moves. Your face can show a lot of different emotions, and understanding this can help you interact better. An honest smile, raised eyebrows, expressions of interest or thoughtfulness can all make the conversation better. For example, if she tells you a joke or a funny story, a genuine smile or laugh can make her feel like you find her funny. By being aware of your body language, you are practicing the Stoic principle of being present in the moment. Being self-aware and in charge of your nonverbal cues not only makes you a better communicator, but it also helps you make deeper, more meaningful connections. Setting up a place where she feels safe and appreciated is important for building a strong connection. Just remember that good communication isn't just about what you say. It's also about how you say it and the signs you send with your body language as we come to an end for today. I hope that our in-depth look at the 11 most effective ways to start talks with women was helpful. Not only enlightening, but also very useful. Whether you're new to dating or want to strengthen existing relationships, knowing how to communicate well can make all the difference. Today, we've combined the timeless wisdom of Stoicism with modern interpersonal dynamics to give you a set of tools that will help you improve your conversational skills in meaningful ways. If you liked the video and think you learned something useful, please consider showing your support by clicking the like button. You can get more transformative material by subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with friends who could also use these tips. Please leave a comment below with your thoughts or any experiences you've had using these techniques. We love hearing from you and learning about your journey of personal growth and relationship building. If you want to learn more about any of the topics we talked about today, check out the recommended videos that are showing up on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.